Urban life might be for us, but it's not for wild animals. The world is progressing at an alarming rate, but the animals still haven't gotten used to it. That could explain why they get so frustrated with cars, vehicles, and even boats, leading to some bone-chilling encounters. Whether it's gentle little gorilla cubs approaching a photographer or several rhinos and hippos ramming into cars, these interactions are worth a watch. Here are 12 wild animal encounters that will give you the chills. Number 12. Sly cougar stalks man for 6 minutes. Being the second largest cat has its own advantage. Not only are cougars intimidating to look at, but they can also jump up to 20 feet in the air. Hence, their predatory pounce is always an effective killer. This Utah hiker had the worst scare of his life when a fully grown cougar kept following him for about 6 minutes. It never ran towards the man, even though they have a sprinting speed of about 35 to 45 miles per hour. Most cats stalk their prey before hunting, and in the middle, it even tries to scare the human by pounding his paws on the ground. After a whole 6 minutes, it finally ran away on its own. Number 11. Giant elephant destroys jeep. Most people know about the soft side of elephants, but the 13,000-pound bull elephants have tons of anger issues. They're also the strongest mammals on land, which makes fighting quite easy for them. Safaris are safe until the animals there get fed up with the visitors and attack like this. This aggressive elephant came charging at trucks full of students with its ears flaring. After its ears flatten, it rams its incredibly strong tusks into the vehicles. The confused and scared students managed to get out of the jeep and reach safety, but the vehicle was left in shambles after the attack. Number 10. Angry grizzly bear goes after park ranger. Among all the bear species, grizzly bears are the strongest. In fact, one grizzly is as strong as 5 humans combined, and when they're enraged, they're even more ferocious. For example, a park ranger at Yellowstone Park was trying to calm down a bear. They take a very aggressive and defensive stance as soon as they perceive anything as a threat to their habitat or cubs. And this park ranger with a gun doesn't seem like the friendliest of people around either, which explains why the bear was ready to rip the man to shreds. Number 9. Leopard terrorizes Indian village. Generally, leopards are much less aggressive towards humans as compared to other big cats. However, the spread of urbanization near the forest means that the frequency of leopards walking into human houses is much higher. This leopard found itself in someone's house with no way out. The forest rangers tried to capture the animal in a net, but it jumped over the wall and escaped. Right as it escaped, it had to deal with more humans and even impulsively attacked one. Number 8. Kayakers swallowed by a whale. Blue whales are usually quiet animals and know to stay away from humans. In fact, they only consume small aquatic life forms such as fish, squid, and krill. However, this incident shocked everyone. 2 kayakers were spending a regular day at the Avila beach when all of a sudden, a giant whale surfaced and swallowed both of them. It was shocking, as their throats are simply not big enough to digest an adult human. Luckily, the whale spat back out the humans. However, even experts couldn't give an explanation for such unusual behavior. It could perhaps be that the whale mistook those people for another animal, but that still wouldn't explain it any better. Number 7. Spearfishing gone wrong. A regular 21-foot great white shark can produce about 4,000 psi of bite force. Combining that with their 50 miles per hour speed in the water makes them fearless attacking machines. Generally, they can sense the electrical impulses of their prey and even smell a tiny drop of blood in concentrations as low as 1 part per million. That is what makes spearfishing such a difficult task. An Australian spearfisher came across a shark, and instead of letting it go, it shot right at it, which visibly angered the shark. It started to swim right at it and bit the whole of his leg. Sharks don't eat humans, so this was definitely a defense attack. The man managed to shake off the shark from his leg and reach safety, but such impulsive behavior could have killed him easily. Number 6. Examined by a family of gorillas. Gorillas are quite smart creatures and have an IQ of between 75 to 95, whereas most humans have an IQ somewhere between 85 and 115. This means that they're naturally curious creatures with incredibly rich and emotional lives. These gentle giants don't look to attack first, they tend to explore their surroundings first. A wildlife photographer had a once-in-a-lifetime experience when a few baby gorillas climbed on top of him just to poke around and see what the man was doing. Even the parent gorilla sat on the side quietly and let its children roam about. Sometimes gorillas bond through grooming each other. It is also possible that the cubs were trying to bond with the photographer by petting and grooming him. Number 5. Hippo rams car on highway. Every year, hippos kill about 500 people across Africa, which makes them the deadliest mammals to exist. Male hippos become aggressive when they sense danger, especially when a bigger animal is around, whereas the females tend to get aggressive in protecting their young. This 26-year-old welding inspector had an incredibly dangerous interaction with a hippo while driving on the highway. The lone hippo might have mistaken the vehicle as a bigger animal and rammed right into his car, absolutely destroying the bonnet. With a bite force of about 1,800 psi, it could easily have bitten the car to pieces. Number 4. Crocodile takes on canoe. Crocodiles are one of the animals that have the perfect body to kill and intimidate others. In fact, they don't even have any predators themselves other than humans. Its bite force is about 5,000 pounds per square, which is even more than hyena and even the great white shark. When these territorial beings sense a stranger in their habitat, they gear up to fight them. A small group of people was traveling on a canoe when they came across a very aggressive crocodile. At first, it ignored the boat coming its way, but as it kept inching closer and closer, it swam right towards them to attack, as it considered them a threat. The helmsman luckily noticed the shift in the crocodile's movement and immediately backed away. Number 3. Rhino rams car full of tourists. Rhino horns are considered to be extremely valuable, and the surprising part is that cutting the horn doesn't hurt the animals at all, as it's made of the same material as our nails and hair. But even when their horns aren't being considered, they're still strong enough to flip over a car in anger. Most of them can even run up to 34 miles per hour, which is bad news for safari visitors. A rhino in Etosha National Park caught a serious case of road rage when it saw a nearby car pass by. It saw the car from a distance and started to charge against it. Unfortunately, the driver didn't notice until the rhino attacked the SUV from the bottom. Number 2. Curious lion sniffs cameraman. Everyone knows about the all-famous predator that is the lion. What we don't know is that it's usually the lioness that does the main hunting and gathering for the pride. In fact, lions aren't even all that good at hunting and can only do it at night when they have the element of surprise on their side. This rather domesticated lioness came up to a photographer and started sniffing the man's crotch while the man was scared for his life. Thankfully, he didn't run or take any hasty actions, which could have ended up getting him hurt. Number 1. Cheetah gets into car, man freezes up. Being from the big cat family means that even cheetahs get around in a very sneaky manner, They usually camouflage against tall grasses and sneak up on their prey, all while using their tail for balance. It isn't uncommon for cheetahs to approach humans, but this one even climbed inside the car without the driver knowing. He couldn't even start the car as it could startle the animal, which usually leads to an unwanted attack. Alright, comment down below which of these wild animal encounters sent shivers down your spine. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Wildely, and hit the bell icon if you're brave enough. See you in the next one.